Hey everyone, Jeff Morris here again, president of Jeff Morris Motivations, author of the book Your Next Move, and founder of the Ultra Achievement Program. Wow, well we've made it to the third video in this series, and now we're going to go over the last component of Ultra Achievement, which we call UltraAbundance. And man, when you see this video, you are going to be really, really happy, because what I'm about to go through, once again, 5 components of what we cover in UltraAbundance. This is where you've made it. This is where all of your hard work of identifying who you are and becoming more self-aware in Ultra Action, as well as finding out what it takes to succeed in your business, which is what we cover in the second portion, which was Ultra Advertising. Now this is where you get to live the kind of lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. We talked at the very beginning about setting dreams and being able to visualize it. Where not only are you visualizing it in UltraAbundance, but you're actualizing it. You're actually living it. And so I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about the opportunity for you to find out what it takes for the wealthiest of the wealthy to live. How do they think? How do they behave? Who do they associate with? Where do they spend their time? That's what we're going to focus on here. So let's go through this portion. And if this sounds good to you, if this sounds like something that you're really interested in, then you're on your way. Then you're very, very close to being a part of this program and realizing it for yourself. So let's look at UltraAbundance, that whole portion of living the lifestyle of the truly successful. And once again, I know that the majority of people here are financial service professionals, and that's okay. You know, that's what most people who are watching these videos, that's who the audience is, and I'm okay with that. But if you're not in that specific industry, this is still going to apply to you in a lot of ways. So I still want you to feel like this message is for you, because for financial service professionals, they're already on their way, and this is already set up perfectly for them. But for anybody else, regardless of what your industry is, once again, I've talked about bankers and insurance agents and wealth managers and people who are not necessarily in financial services, but maybe they're accountants. Maybe they're people that are very similar and still want an opportunity to succeed at the highest level. They want to have the kind of work and life balance where they're enjoying their life and their business, they're spending their time the way they want to, they're doing the things that they really want to do, and they're not worried about how they're going to spend their time or who they're spending it with. They just get to do what they want to do because they have the kind of lifestyle that after working hard, they've been able to create it for themselves. So that's where the fruit of your labor comes in, right? If you work really hard and you understand what it takes to be successful, there's going to be a point in the very near future where you're not going to have to work as hard, because you're setting up a system and a process that's going to allow you to succeed like never before, and you just have to continue to follow that process. And you're going to be able to have more free time, you're going to have more wealth and income and revenue coming in, you're going to have freedom of time, you're going to be able to have all the relationships that you need. All of these things are exciting. So let's talk about that so you can understand what it's like to live that lifestyle. Okay, so number one is the mind of the wealthy. Okay, how do the wealthiest people in the world think? Do they think differently than you and I do? Probably, right? I mean, not everybody thinks the same way, but there are expectations out there for people who are ultra wealthy. There are expectations that they're not going to settle for anything less, that if they've made $1 million, the next year that's not good enough. I've now got to make $1.5 million, or I've got to make $2 million or $3 million, right? So there's that hunger there, there's that passion, that if you have the mind of the wealthy, if you start to think like the wealthy do, the top, and we'll get to this in a few minutes, I don't want to give away what's under number 2 here, but the top wealthiest people in this world, if you start to think like them, you have a certain level of expectations, and so many things out there that you've been programmed to think up until then, they go out the window. The way that you think about money, the way that you think about business, the way that you think about relationships, it's gone. It's totally changed, because now you're thinking like the wealthy do. And the way that the wealthy think is totally different than the way, obviously, the poor or the unwealthy think, or the middle class even think, right? And there's nothing to say that those people, there's anything wrong with how they think. But when you get to this level and you start thinking like the ultra wealthy, there are certain things that click in your mind. You don't accept certain things that don't fit into your wheelhouse, right? There's certain things that when you want to spend your time doing something, you're going to know that it's worth spending your time on. When you have to spend your money on something, you're going to know if it's worth it to you. And at the same time, because of the relationships that you've built and the people that you know, You're going to be in a group and an environment of people who are going to support each other, and you're going to be living a lifestyle with those people where you're not going to have to be spending a lot of your money because a lot of people are going to be doing things for you and with you, and you're going to be able to reciprocate a lot of that with you. So it's a totally different mindset, but it's a fun mindset. It's the type of thing that when you look at things in your life, you used to look at them a certain way because of money. Now you look at it totally differently. You know, I don't know if any of you ever take the time to go to a restaurant and really study the menu, right? What do a lot of people do, especially people who aren't wealthy? What do they do when they open up the menu? Yeah, they're looking at everything that's offered, but what do? They look at the right-hand column, right? And that right-hand column says, yeah, you can have this steak, you know, you can have this filet if you want to, but you're going to have to pay $49 for it, or maybe even more, right? And what happens when people really look at that and they say, you know what, I really wanted a steak, but it's really expensive. Okay? When you have the mind of the wealthy, you don't even look at the right-hand side of the menu. Okay? You say you want a steak, you order a steak, you eat the steak, and you're happy. Okay? That's what life is all about. That is what your life needs to be like. If it's not there yet, don't worry about it. But I'm telling you, through this program, we're going to make sure that that's the type of life that you have. Because I want everybody after this program to go to a restaurant, open up the menu, and order whatever they want on there, wine, food, whatever it is, without thinking about the price. Because at some point, when you think like the wealthy do, those prices do not matter. I'm excited about that. I hope that's something that you would look forward to as well. Okay? This was number 2, the one that I didn't want to give away a few minutes ago. That's a big part of it. And it ties into the mind of the wealthy. But it's looking at the top 2%. Okay? We know that the wealthiest of the wealthy make up most of the income and revenue, not only in our country, but in the world, right? I want you, if you're not already there, to be one of those people. So what signifies the top 2%? We're going to talk about that in this Ultra Abundance program, because I want you to really know what the wealthiest of the wealthy, what they do on a daily basis. I want you to see what they do. I want you to know what kind of cars they drive, what kind of homes they live in, how many homes they have, and all of those things where they say, this is what I want. It's not a question of, you know what, this is what I really want. I wonder if I can have that. That's not what it is. When you've got this mindset, right, it's not, can I have it, or I wonder if I should have it. It's how quickly can I have it, and I know I'm going to have it. Because that's what people have. If they see a home, because they've worked hard, because they've accumulated wealth, and because they're committed to continue to work towards owning that home or multiple homes, that's what it's all about. So if having the mind of the wealthy and the top 2% sounds interesting to you and you might not be there yet, once again, don't worry about it. We're going to get you there, because once again, thinking on that level, associating with people on that level, having that lifestyle, having the boats and the cars and the homes and anything that you want, anything that you feel like you deserve, or wherever your hobbies are or passions are, you want to be able to have something. I am here to tell you, you can have that. Nobody can tell you that you cannot have that. So I want you to feel excited about working towards that and understanding that part of it is your thoughts. It's a mindset of saying, not only I want this, but I deserve it, and I am going to have that. And that doesn't mean you're going to do it by going through illegal means or anything like that. You're going to work for it, but it's not going to be work that's lacking in fun, or it's not enjoyable to you. It's going to be things that you enjoy doing. I mean, it's the type of work where you know you're good at what you're doing. It's providing for your lifestyle and your family and whatever you want to. You've got this incredible business, and now because you've reached that status and that level, you are thinking like the wealthiest. So if being a millionaire or being above that, being a multimillionaire, being a billionaire, having all of this revenue income coming in and being the ultra successful and the ultra wealthy and having the freedom and the lifestyle matters to you, you're going to be excited about this. Number 3, what do the ultra wealthy do, and what are you going to be able to do with your all of your wealth and abundance? Well, a lot of people like to give back, and that's number 3. And we're going to explore this as well in the program, because I want you to feel really good about either donating money or donating your time, whatever it is that you want to do to give back. there's an incredible feeling that you're going to give by doing that. Even if you're just donating to cancer research or to one of your favorite funds, something that's maybe touched you personally or something that you're really excited about. If you have the ability to give back to other people, there is no greater gift that you can give in this world than being able to do that. Some people want to do it and just can't afford to do it, which is understandable. But in UltraAbundance, you're going to have the opportunity not only to have a successful business, but to know what it feels like to be able to give back. There was probably somebody along the way, probably more than one person, that helped you get to where you are today. Give back to those people. Thank them. Appreciate them. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. Give to your family. Set up college funds. Set up stocks and bonds and IRAs and all those type of things that are going to ultimately not only secure your future, but make you feel better about what you're doing with all the money that you've generated. But before we get to that, I really want to spend time with you, and we will in this program, focusing on what makes you feel good about giving back to the community, about giving back to other people. And if it's not money, and you just don't want to donate your time, or there are other ways that you can donate, we're going to talk about some of those things and make you feel really special, make you feel really good, because I can tell you there is nothing better than being successful and being able to share it with other people. Okay? If you've been blessed enough to be successful, then go ahead and share it with other people, people who are less fortunate than you. Be a role model for them. Be a mentor. Help them reach a level of success. Put a smile on their face. Help them know what it feels like. You're going to have that opportunity, and I can't wait to kind of help you work through that and kind of see what you want to do to kind of give back and make a difference in somebody else's life in that manner. So stay tuned for that as we work through that in UltraAbundance. Okay? Number 4, we're going to give back to other people here, but we're also going to have to figure out once again where our revenue allocation is going to be. So wherever you are in your business right now, revenue-wise, once again, congratulations. I hope things are going really well for you. If they're not, if there's opportunity for you to improve, if you're excited about that, I look forward to doing that with you. But once you do reach a certain level in revenue, you're going to be able to allocate it in different ways that are going to benefit, once again, you and your kids and their future, your retirement. We're going to look at succession planning and all those things that you can do in your business where you're going to be able to allocate that money so that you're taken care of. You're secure, you're happy, your stress level is way down because you know that everything that you've been able to accumulate, you've taken care of. Okay? So in revenue allocation, when you come to me and you say, you know, Jeff, these are all things that I've been able to accumulate. I've been able to gather all of this. I've got all this money sitting here. I've got all of this sitting here. What can I do to set myself up to make sure that all these other areas in my life are taken care of and that ultimately I never have to worry about another dollar the rest of my life? That's where I want you to be. That's what we're going to focus on. And that's where this clear message is coming for in UltraAbundance. The last part of UltraAbundance. Feeling like you are on top of the world. Okay, what does that feel like? Okay, what does it feel like? Almost like the top 2%, right? What does it feel like when you have all the time in the world to decide what you're going to do? You wake up one morning and you do things because you want to, not because you have to. You decide what time you wake up. You decide what city, what country you're going to wake up in. You're going to decide what you're going to do that day. If this is a day that you want to take off and relax, you want to play golf, you want to go fishing, you want to spend time with your family, that is going to be able to happen. That is your choice. That is what living on top of the world is. Having different homes in different countries, living on an island somewhere, having a beach home, whatever it is for you, living on top of the world. If that's your dream and you follow through this program, you're going to get there and you're going to know what it's like. So we're going to go through that whole gamut. Once again, in this whole program of UltraAbundance, of knowing exactly what it's like to be on top of the world. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop working if you don't want to. If you like to do something in your spare time, once again, giving back to other people or keeping yourself busy doing certain things just because you've got that, you know, unlimited passion for it, that's great. But I'm here to tell you that on days that you don't want to work, days that you want to take off, multiple days that you don't want to work and take off, you're going to be able to do that because this life is going to be yours. You have one shot at it, and the way that you create it or you don't create it is going to be up to you. So if you're excited about UltraAbundance going through this portion of the program, then this is going to be ultimately where you're going to end up, and you're going to be extremely excited and successful in it, right? So as we wrap up UltraAbundance, we talked about Ultra Action, we talked about Ultra Advertising, now we're talking about UltraAbundance, which is kind of like the culmination of everything, right? It's the culmination of, because I know myself really well and I'm doing everything, I'm taking steps in my business for my business to continue to function on a high level, now I'm getting to reap all of these benefits, right? That's what we're living here in UltraAbundance, and I'm going to help you in our program. In the whole entire program of Ultra Achievement, I'm going to help you set all of these things up. And so you don't have to worry about, am I going to be able to do this? How am I going to do it? We're going to identify that. We're going to work with other people just like you, and we're going to get that for you. So I hope that this is really exciting for you. I'm going to be sending you another video, one more video coming up here where it's going to, once again, just look at the whole program of Ultra Achievement, mention these programs again, get you really excited about it. I really want you to feel motivated and feel like this is for you. Because once again, you don't know what you don't know, right? And there are a lot of times where if there are certain things that you don't know, it can be helping your business, and you don't then find out and utilize it, you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. You could be leaving a lot of clients out there that need what you offer. And the worst part about it is you will not live up to your potential, right? And how sad is that? How sad is it if you say to yourself, my goal is to be a millionaire or a multimillionaire, and you never get there, okay? This program is going to help you get there. The financial service professionals that I've been able to work with have been so excited because what they've been able to do is find out more about themselves. They've been able to tap into parts of their business that they didn't even know they needed to focus on. And then they've really been able to take their business to a level where they said, you know what, Jeff, I only dreamed of being this successful, but in such a short amount of time, I might not be ultimately where I want to be, but I'm so much closer, and I know with just a little bit more time, I'm going to get there. So I want you to feel really excited about it. This program is for you. I'm going to send you that next video that kind of culminates all of this, but I just want you to feel good about this program and feel like you belong here. If you've got that confidence and that mindset to say, I know I belong, then that's the first step to actually getting there. Because if your mindset is the other way and you say, well, you know what, multimillionaires, billionaires, I'm never going to be that way, so there's no point in me even doing that, then of course it's never going to happen for you. But if you say to yourself, you know what, I belong there, I will reach that level, you go through this program, you're going to get there. So once again, thanks for being here today. Thanks for your time. I'm excited to send you the next video. I'm excited that you're still committed to this program. You're watching these videos. It tells me a lot about you. I hope you feel the same way about yourself. Hope you have a wonderful day. Look for my new video coming out soon, and giving you an opportunity to sign up for the program and just be happier and more successful than you've ever been. Until then, this is Jeff Morris once again. Thanks for your time, and please stay motivated.